Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome to Northwest Regional College. I'm here today on the Strand Road campus and it's for the Open Day 2018. Now this is the second in three open days and I'm here now with Mr. Leo Murphy, who's the CEO of the campus and the whole college actually as well. So we're going to find out a little bit from Leo about his experiences of being the principal at the college. Leo, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Stuart. Good to see you.
Basically, you must be extremely delighted just to see this amount of people here already today.
I love Open Day. Really kicks off the season. It's almost like the first match. It gets people beginning to think about careers, courses, opportunities. So it's very important. It brings a number of people into the campus. They begin to talk to staff. They begin to get in their mind to think about what am I going to do after my GCSEs, what am I going to do after my A levels, what am I going to look at in terms of apprenticeship and training. So it's our start of a dialogue with the people who come to learn to us, hopefully by September 18.
Absolutely. And how does the college really prepare? Obviously it'll prepare them for employment in an educational sense, but maybe perhaps in more of a pastoral sense. What is
we do, well, in terms, first, Northern Ireland's 6th further education college and Northwest Regional College is one of those. We are the lead providers of professional and technical education across Northern Ireland, so we fundamentally prepare people not just for pathways into higher education through our foundation degrees, higher level apprenticeships on to full graduate programme, but fundamentally for the world of work. That's the attractive thing about moving from school into college. You know, when you come here, we are about helping you get into employment, and that's really, really important for young people in terms of their skills. So as well as the whole professional and technical support, there's a big wraparound pastoral. You've got everything from the Careers Academy within the college, which is helping people about preparing for work. You've got all the support services, financial, pastoral, really, really strong wraparound team outside the teaching and learning in the classroom, I say, to help all our young people and adults progress well.
Excellent. Now, on a personal level, you've been here for 4 years, is it now?
Wow.
Have they flew by?
They have flown by, Stuart. Indeed, they've certainly flown by. You know.
What do you hope for the next 4 years, if you can look that far ahead, or are you more is it the
bottom line
short-term
is
plan?
we're managing our way around a lot of uncertainty in Northern Ireland, a lot of uncertainty around budgets, uncertainty around Brexit, all these particular issues, how they're going to impact upon us as a college. But certainly, we want to continue. We don't lose our core mission. It's about every year, no matter what's happening in the external environment, no matter how crazy the world seems, every year it's about young people and adults knocking the door of the Northwest Regional College, looking for qualifications, looking for progression, and helping them in their life to move forward.
Excellent. And obviously we're live on YouTube today with some viewers, so what advice would you give to anybody sitting at home thinking about coming?
Hey, come on down to the Northwest Regional College if you're in the Northwest area. We're here today, tomorrow we're in Limavady, yesterday we were in Strand. Come on down, you can register for any of our courses. Come on down for the conversation. This could be the moment, if you get off the sofa or you take a look at this and come on down to the college, this could be the moment we say, right, my goodness, when I look back at a number of years, that was a game changer for me. Who knows, I could be on a journalism course, engineering, hospitality, computing, but fundamentally you'll get an absolutely great level of support from my academic and support staff colleagues here in the college. Really proud of the work they do and really proud of our students.
Excellent. Leo Murphy, thank you very much for joining us today. And
Stuart,
enjoy the rest of your day as well.
Thank you. I'm away from the popcorn now.
Enjoy. That was Mr. Leo Murphy. He's the Principal and CEO of Northwest Regional College. Now don't forget, we're live on YouTube today, so you can get in contact through our Facebook page, on Instagram and through our Twitter page as well. Just look up iNews, and obviously we're in 3C TV on YouTube as well. Now hopefully joining me now, we've got some present pupils from the college, so if you just introduce yourself and say what you're studying at the minute.
Hi, I'm Catherine Devlin. I'm a journalism student here in the college.
I'm James Duffy, and I'm doing journalism as well.
I'm Kathy Devlin and I'm also doing journalism.
And I'm Ash McMonagle and I'm doing sustainable construction.
Fantastic, guys. Well, welcome. You enjoying your day so far?
Yeah, so far it's great.
So you're studying journalism, is that right?
Yeah.
What inspired you to be a journalist, or what makes you want to be a journalist?
I don't know, I've always had an interest in journalism and reading about different stories and investigating into different things. I'd be very much investigative. Journalism would be what I'd hope to do someday. Just digging into different stories and bringing out the truth and stuff. I find that very interesting.
Great. And obviously we're in social media today, so it's going to play a really big part in journalism in the future to come. What do you think are the biggest challenges?
I think it's sorting out the real news from the fake news. There's a lot of people who post on social media about rumours and stuff, and as a journalist I think it's really important that you kind of try and back everything up and make sure that what you're putting out there is the truth.
And what about yourself?
I think it's just like trying to find the right platform to put it on social media, because there's so many different types nowadays for putting out news.
Absolutely. So we've got an architecture student here too, is that right? Sorry?
Sustainable construction.
Sustainable construction, sorry. So there's obviously around Derry at the minute, there's a lot of cranes as well and a lot of building going on. Would you like to stay in Derry after you finished your qualification?
Yes, I plan to stay in there because I came back from travel in Australia. So I decided to come back and study, and I did my work-based learning with a company called Breakwater, and they have a lot of work going on in and around the city. So the next 20 years work in the pipeline, and they're Derry-based themselves, so I plan to stay here and keep it with them.
Is that something that means a lot to you? You're from Derry, are you?
Yeah.
So it means you're putting it maybe back into the community. Is that the way you'd look at it?
Yeah, definitely. Want to bring money back to the economy in Derry and keep it in Derry.
Excellent. With the uncertainty maybe at the minute of having no government in power, does it concern you slightly going into a career like that?
Yes, definitely, because the way stuff is now at the minute with Stormont, it's actually holding back some of our jobs, which we are to go ahead in the later stages of the year. So the sooner they get back, the better we can start making progress and start going ahead with everything.
Let's hope so. Thank you very much, guys, for your time today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Okay. And now we're going to go and actually watch the construction video just to see what else is on offer at the college. Enjoy.
Everything that you see has some civil engineer done on it in some way or another, be it through a building standing up, be it through walking over a bridge, a road, even anything to do with water is all civil engineering.
The Peace Bridge in Derry is what motivated me to go on and do it. If it wasn't for civil engineers, that wouldn't be there, and that has brought this whole city together. That inspired me.
Like seeing all these big buildings and infrastructure and stuff, so to me it was just exciting how people could build these huge buildings and stuff, and especially in confined spaces like London. So things like that there just really excited me, and I thought I want to see how they do it.
It's different. You're doing something different every single day. You're dealing with new challenges every day, and you do really push yourself to try and get projects done on time.
See what I've learnt this last 2 years has really benefited me for going out onto site to do my placement. Everything I have to do out there and everything I can do out there, I've learnt it on here.
The course is good. It gives you a good foundation as they what you're going to be doing and what you're going to be studying. A lot of stuff that I've learnt on here, I have actually used when I've been out working it myself. Be it some of the maths things and the CAD, the computer aided design stuff that we do, and actually bringing that from concept and its actual fruition.
So far this semester we've done geology and soils, which is your groundworks and stuff like that. We've got structures, which is obviously your buildings, like skyscrapers. Science and materials, so obviously the materials that you use to build all these buildings and stuff. Civil engineering technology, so you're talking about the technologies that you would use to sort of build these different buildings, and so everything. I'm excited now to start placement.
My aim is to be site manager, which means I will be in charge of everything that's happening on the site, but I have to start at the bottom and work my way up. There's a lot of opportunities at the moment. There's a lot overseas. There's a lot in Canada and London and England, and there's a lot here in Ireland, especially for women.
Now we're going to take a bit of a turn and we're going to go and visit the Derry News. Now the Derry News is one of the most prominent papers in the city of Derry. There's so much on offer here for budding media enthusiasts in the city. We've got BBC Radio Foyle, which is located just up the road from us. We've got the Derry Journal. But as I said, we've got the Derry News. And one of our reporters, Maria Cassidy, took a trip there earlier on this afternoon to speak to Garvin Downey, who's the new editor at the paper. So we're going to have a look at that now. Enjoy.
I am probably the only person in this editorial team at the Derry News who hasn't actually gone through the journalism course at the North West Regional College. Virtually everyone has either gone through it or has had some association with it, and it has proved remarkably effective and or productive for ourselves. It's great to see the young journalists come through, and the training they get at the Regional College is wonderful, and then they come here. And I suppose we attempt to show them how things work at the coalface. We like to think that we knock a few edges off them, but we don't really. And show them the way of the world. But they come in very highly trained. They've done their courts, they've done their councils. A lot of them have done their sports. I think Gary Ferry, who's our sports editor, actually came originally from the Regional College too. It's clearly meeting our needs, which is a really good thing. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. I think that any of the staff that have taken part in the course would say likewise, and we still see good young students coming through all the time. I have to put the caveat to any young journalist coming into the profession at the moment: be prepared to be adaptable, and that an awful lot of what you'll learn now mightn't be quite as relevant in 20 years' time. For example, your shorthand is going to be replaced by, I suppose, TV and video and various recording devices. And I do think that the law changes all the time, so you've got to continuously update yourself on the law and on changes in journalistic patterns, I suppose. 10 years ago there was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, and look how that has changed everything. So yes, it's a great course and I would recommend it highly, I would say, but it's there's a lot of learning then afterwards, and as you move forward in your career you'll find that things change in your time, but as a grounding or a foundation for a good career, it is great, yes.
Thank you very much for that, Maria. That was just a little glimpse to what goes on at the Derry News and how important it is to get a qualification in journalism before you go there. Now, staying on the same track, we're going to take a little trip up the road to BBC Radio Foyle. Earlier on this afternoon, our other reporter, Kevin Fury, was speaking to David Wilson. Now, David actually studied at the college and gained an NCTJ qualification right here. So now we're going to hear from Kevin, who was speaking to David just a little earlier on.
Well, I'm joined now by Davy Wilson, a former student of the NWRC, Northwest Regional College. Davy, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
So Davy, what course did you study during your time there?
Back, Kevin, in 2004, I think it was, I was a student on the MVQ Level 4 newspaper journalism course, which I loved. I loved my time at NWRC. Loved the course. The course struck a really good balance between the theory of journalism and the practical element. So what we learned in the classroom environment, we took out into the kind of practical side of the course through work placement. Mm-hmm. I was lucky enough to do my placement at the Strand Chronicle newspaper. I really loved it. So it was that kind of tying together of the theory, you know, keeping yourself legally safe as a journalist, learning how to construct a story, the different types of stories, really learning the kind of interpersonal skills required around interviewing people. Mm-hmm. And so everything you did, I suppose the point I'm making is everything you did in the classroom had a real correlation to the skills needed when out on the job.
Mm-hmm. Completing the course, where did you go from there?
I worked part-time for the Strand Chronicle, but also freelanced for the Irish News. and for the Northwest Telegraph here in Derry. I then, about 18 months later, started full-time with the Londonderry Sentinel, and then on to the Derry Journal. The Derry Journal are owned by Johnston Publishing, as they're known now, and I was with them for about 9 years. And when I left the company, I had spent the last 18 months as the digital editor for Northern Ireland. I then came here to BBC Radio Foyle. I work for BBC News Online, but I'm based here in Foyle. So I look after, I suppose, news from the Northwest for the BBC website.
And finally, would you recommend Northwest Regional College?
I couldn't recommend the journalism course at NWRC highly enough. Prepared me and gave me that grounding for a career in a profession that I care deeply about and that I've been lucky enough to pursue for the last 15 odd years.
Okay, well, David, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Kevin.
Well, that was Kevin Fury at BBC Radio Foyle just a little earlier. Now joining me, I've got Casey Hayes, who's a current student studying health and social care at the college. Welcome today.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm actually really good today.
Good. Are you enjoying what's on offer so far?
Oh, it's amazing. It's really, really well done today.
What first inspired you to come and study at Northwest Regional College?
Well, I noticed that when I was in normal college, it was boring, it wasn't good, and I just had such a hard time. And then I came here and it was so lively and free and just so well done in general.
So, obviously, there's so much. What really inspired you to get into health and social care? Was that from a young age? Are you interested in school, or how did that come about?
Well, I started off at a youth group and I was very depressed and I had a lot of problems, and the leaders there made me feel better, and I got friends and I became who I am today, and I want to be that for someone else. So I looked at this course, saw that it's exactly what I need, unlike the one in school, and this one is perfect. So I came here and I haven't regretted it since.
And what about your tutors? How much support are they giving you in all that you want to do here?
Complete. Like I've had times where I've fallen low and I've struggled to do work, and they've been there with me every step of the way, working as hard as they can to help me get through everything.
So obviously you're studying here, and I presume you're enjoying every minute. As I can tell from your reaction, you're really, really loving it. What would be your advice to anybody here today who's thinking about coming here next year?
If you come here, right, make sure you choose the right course and make sure you know you want to do it. And if you ever struggle about anything, talk to the teachers, the lecturers, everyone, and even talk to student support, because they will help.
Do you think that's a really important part of being at the college, gaining support from everybody?
Yes, because you need support to do things. That's a human thing. You need support.
And what does the future hold for Casey Hayes after this year then?
Well, I'm hopefully going to go to university and become a youth worker and help others.
And would you like to stay in Derry and do that, or would you want to broaden?
I'm going to stay in Derry because I know Derry needs help with things like that. They need more people here.
Well, best of luck with it, Casey. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
And if you want to join Casey, as she is studying here, and you want to see a little bit more of what's on offer, just watch this short video right now. There you go.
Never thought that we'd go this far. Don't stop now. Reaching for a distant star.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed what you saw there in that short video. If you want to find out any more information, of course you can visit www.nwrc.ac.uk, and applications for next year are already open, so get online and have a look at what you can see and what you'd like to come and study next year. Now, I've got a student who is thinking about that in big detail, so how are you, David?
Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad now, yeah.
Whereabouts are you from, first of all?
From Donegal, Kilcar is where I'm from.
Okay. And are you in Derry regularly? Have you studied here at all before? Do you come and visit regularly?
No, I haven't. No, I'm thinking about that now. Next September, hopefully come here now.
Okay. And are you at school at the minute, or what's your current educational situation?
Did my leaving cert last year, so and I took a year out, and because I was thinking on the lines last year of social care, and then my head wasn't in the right place and I didn't really know what to do, and I'm a DJ and I was always wanted to do music, but I was kind of pushed away from it, and you know what, I was thinking, no, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something I'm interested in, and music, obviously being a DJ, interested in it, and looking around for courses, and here seemed to be the best fit for me, and that's why I'm here today, you know.
And who really inspired you then to get into music? Is it something you've tried to just find out yourself and you've went digging deep for inspiration, or has it always been there, or how have you came to deciding that's what you want to do?
From day one, always music. I mean, even from early on, it was guitar, you know, when I was younger, looking on TV, music channels, seeing all these, always wanted to be there. Now then, just now in the later years, it's been DJing and that there. I mean, I've seen boys there, looking up to boys, the likes of boys like Tiesto and them there, you know, looking at them boys from early on. Always wanted to do this here, and started up DJing myself a couple of years ago, and that's where I am, and this is what I want to look into and what I want to hopefully do for the rest of my life.
Excellent. And who are your big, I know you mentioned some big name DJs there, and they haven't came and played in Derry yet, as far as I'm aware. They have been in Belfast, but who are some of your main inspirations?
Well, actually, at the moment, I like a lot of techno and that there, but as well I like there's Australian music. It's called Melbourne Bounce and that there, and actually Jesse Block was playing in Sugar there. Haven't got up to see him. Would love to see that there, but he'd be a big inspiration at the moment. Really like his stuff, and hopefully he'll be here soon enough again, and I'll get to see him.
So you're obviously hoping to reach the heights that they have reached, and do you think? I'm sure you're thinking you can do that here. I'm sure. What do you think of what's on offer at the minute?
Well, yeah, I mean, I had a look around and got a tour today of the whole place, and everything seems to be up to spec. You know, I have to say, I think if I spend a couple of years here, I could hopefully move on and become. I mean, it's all a learning process, as you say. But the thing is, I mean, them boys learned that all themselves. They didn't get the opportunities I'm getting now. And there'll be boys here doing the exact same as me, and it's just really about the work ethic you put in. I mean, who wants it more? Because that line of work isn't for everyone, and not everyone's going to get the opportunity. So it's the amount of work you put in, and it's what you get out of it.
Well, maybe someday we'll see you performing up at St Colum's Park. What do you think?
Well, hopefully now. You know, it's. I mean, that's what you say. It's something that I want to do, and if I put the work in, you don't know, it could be there, you know.
Well, David Boyle, thank you very much for joining us today, and good luck with everything you do next year.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was David Boyle. He's a prospective student from Donegal. Now, we're going to change subject again. We're going to move on to sport. Now, sport plays such an integral role at this campus. One of our reporters, Matthew Finlay, went a little earlier on, and he's been speaking to Linda Hegarty, who is a sports science lecturer and curriculum manager for sport at the college. Here's what Matthew and Linda had to say just a little earlier.
So I'm here with Linda Hegarty, curriculum manager for the sports department. And hello.
Hello, Matthew.
Welcome to the
Thank you.
interview. So as curriculum manager, what would your position entail within the sports department?
Well, really, I oversee all the sports programs. We have a range of full-time and part-time programs from level 2 sport right up to degree level. But we also offer part-time industry qualifications such as our level 2 fitness instructor and level 3 personal trainer.
And how do you personally get involved in the sports department?
I started off as a part-time lecturer here back in 2004, and I eventually got a temporary full-time post, and then a full-time, and I've been curriculum manager since September 2014.
So if, say I was a student coming to the sports department from no knowledge whatsoever, how would you sell it, really?
Well, sport really brings in a lot of different aspects, but it's very much health orientated and performance orientated. Sometimes potential students can have the perception that it's about playing football or sports all week. It's definitely not. It's 80% theory, 20% practical, but we provide our students with a really good grounding in the fundamentals of sport, theory and practice. So although there's a fair bit in the classroom, they get a lot of industry experience as well, working with groups of children and those what we would term special populations, such as those with disabilities.
So as we're standing here, like this is basically like the Hall of Fame, really, and you've got Michael Duffy there, who plays for Derry City, and even a professional cyclist. And do you feel that they basically elevate the course to a higher degree?
Yeah, well, these are all candidates for our Elite Athlete Scheme, which is funded by the college. Each year we interview potential candidates for the scheme, where they can receive £400 of a bursary.
And what do you feel like the future of the sports course at this college is?
Well, very much we're trying to widen access, particularly trying to recruit more females. What we've seen over the last number of years is a bit of a difference in the female and male students, in terms of we tend to have less female but more male. Certainly the aspect of sport that they will be studying will be population health, in terms of we're all aware of the obesity epidemic. But then we also have a certain amount of students who go on into performance sport, working with elite teams.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Matthew. Now, something to really whet your appetite. Now, the Strand Road campus is famed for having a restaurant on site. It's the Flying Clipper. It's offering such a great range of food. Now, Derry, within the last few years, has seen a real boom in the food industry. There's been restaurants opening all over. There's been Primrose, amongst others. Now, one man who's been at the forefront of this boom is Emmett McCourt. And he, after the release of his book last year, Famine or Feast, he's been speaking to our reporter, Sarah McKinney, just a little bit about what catering courses are on offer at North West Regional College and what the food industry has done for Derry. Sarah.
You published a book.
That's right, yeah. Feast or Famine, yeah. Okay. That's a long story. Always thought that the area was underrated in terms of its food culture, food history. So I set about writing it, but it's been a life's work really, and we published it in 2013. 2013, yeah. And it won the best culinary travel book in the world, you know, so which is great achievement for everybody involved in the concept and the development of the book. Yeah.
So you've been here for a few years. Would you say anyone looking to study the culinary arts here?
Well, you've come to the right place. We've a lot of really great resources here in terms of our kitchen and our restaurant facilities and hospitality. We've also got a £400–500 refurb, you know, with a new restaurant, brand new restaurant. We're also getting a nice barista coffee dock, and I mean we've state-of-the-art equipment here, so it's never been a better place to come and learn here at the college, you know, to become a chef, you know. So. The Irish Food Heritage Project?
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. It was I suppose to enhance and celebrate the food culture again, the food offering in the northwest of Ireland. And then we set about again doing Feast or Famine in 2013. But I mean, it's been a massive achievement, a massive journey, a great journey so far, you know. So good stuff.
Well, thanks very much for that, Sarah. I'm sure that actually got your taste buds tingling just a little bit as well. Now, the media department it offers so much here at North West Regional College, from NCTJ journalism, which is the professional standard for getting into the industry, to HNDs and HNCs in a lot of different media courses as well. Now, one of the lecturers on that course one of our reporters, Aoife Curran, was actually speaking to one of the lecturers on that course, James McGarrigle, just a little earlier on today, and he was speaking about what's on offer here at NWRC and how well it can prepare you for the future. Aoife.
Hello, my name is Aoife Curran and I've been catching up with North West Regional College's interactive media lecturer, James McGarrigle. What can students expect from studying an interactive media course?
Interactive media gives you a broad fundamental sort of knowledge on areas of print design, moving image and web. So the student gets to try out each elements out of each. At the start it's fundamentally based on graphic design. We find if a student gets trained in graphic design, it can roll over nicely into moving image for video production and animation, and then within web also for distribution of the content produced. We focus on branding, logo design, marketing and advertising campaigns using elements from the print, moving image and web.
Why should students study here?
Students should study here because class sizes aren't too large. There's a lot of hours taught time between the teacher and the student. The facilities are amazing. And the knowledge and experience of the teachers in real life industry is excellent also. The teachers here are still working in industry, so lots of projects that we set are live projects, which means that student portfolio and showreel is hopefully of a better level of professionalism.
What opportunities are available to students who want to showcase their work?
Well, students can showcase their work through live project briefs, in which hopefully the work will be shown in industry itself, in the public domain. Competitions, live briefs, live clients, one-to-one, group, live group work experience. You can showcase their work within those three areas of print, moving image and web by building their own brand, their own logo design, selling their own themselves. Students here cover all of these areas, but very quickly we tailor the briefs so the students can find their specialisms either within print, moving image or web, or a mix of a few of those. So students showcase their work through their own website, through their own Vimeo account, YouTube account, Instagram, LinkedIn. Everything is built so that the students can sell themselves and their services upon leaving here. So everyone online.
What opportunities are available to students who have just left the course?
Pathways from this course include interactive media in Coleraine, moving cinematic arts at University of Ulster Magee, interactive design in Belfast, graphic design and animation. So it's a pathway to a lot of different specialisms. I find it's better to do a course like this, get a lot of practical experience and figure out what your specialism is before going to university and paying a lot of money for a specialist course. So you know what you're getting into and know that it's what it is you want to do for your career, rather than spending all them money and fees for guessing if this is what you might want to do. So it's a better pathway rather than just hoping that it's right for you.
thanks for that, Aoife, and that was just a little bit about what's on offer at our media department. Joining me now is Ethan Kelly, who is the Students' Union Governor at the campus. How are you today, Ethan?
Not so bad. Now yourself?
Not too bad, thank you very much. Just for starters, can you tell me just a little bit about the role of the Students' Union at this campus?
Yep, so the Student Union primarily focuses on clubs and societies this year. I think we're the most active FE college in Northern Ireland when it comes to clubs and societies. We outnumber, I think Belfast Met's our closest competitor. This year now we started to expand out now, so we've also taken in academic issues. If any students dealing with any issues or anything to do with their classes, they can come to us as well.
And what sort of courses, or sorry, not courses, classes, clubs and societies do you offer at the Students' Union?
We have our own sports. A lot of our own sports teams are run by the sports department. So we help back them financially, give them any support they need. They need buses, transportation, things like that there. In terms of non-sporting, there's the Dungeons and Dragons Club. We meet up on a Wednesday, possibly Thursday, Friday, depending on their own groups. I think so far we've got 30 people involved in that there. There's the video game society. They're set up this year. I'm not sure about their numbers at the minute. There's Gutter Bowls, which is the bowling society, which meets up at Martha's on a Tuesday for I think it's an hour they meet up for 2 games. It's good crack. There's a couple of them kind of scattered here and there. There's Outdoor Pursuits. And then in terms of liberation fronts then, there's groups like the LGBT Society, there's Women's Society. Unfortunately, not being a member of either, I'm not really allowed to say too much about the happenings of them now, but there's other campaigns and other ideas too that happen that people can get involved in.
Excellent. How important do you think the role is of the Students' Union on campus?
I think it's very important when it comes to terms of communicating with lecturers and then higher up the chain. I think ourselves and near enough every FE college has fallen down the well of, sure, it's okay, the students can come to the lecturing staff and we can just talk about it, but there are certain issues that are going to appear where just talking to your lecturer just won't be enough. You're going to have to push the issue on a wee bit further, or maybe it doesn't even have to deal with academic, maybe it's your own private life you're going to need help with. So I think strengthening the communication skills of the Student Union is definitely something that needs to be looked at, and it does something that our Student Union has begun to do well, and hopefully it will continue to do a wee bit better on.
Great. And how's the feedback been so far from everybody here today?
On the open day, it's been good now. I've been given tours to the music department, which is the home territory for me. It's been good crack now. A lot of young ones interested in it. Young ones, I feel a wee bit old, to be honest with you. There's someone came up, they said they were born in 2002 to me, and I nearly passed out and had a canary. But no, listen, the crack's 90, and I haven't had a bad word to say about anyone yet. Everyone's been mannerly and everyone's had a smile on their face leaving. So
excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time today, Ethan. Honestly, enjoy the rest of your day.
Well,
and thanks for taking your time out. Not a bother at all. Thank you very much. Now, as Ethan was saying, students of all abilities are welcomed into the college. There are support services available for students with disabilities. Now, Thomas Maher, one of our other reporters, has been to find out what provisions the college has in place for people with disabilities. The team are called Learning Links, and we're going to cross right now to see what the Learning Links team does. So over to you, Thomas.
Learning Link offers learning support to students all across the Northwest Regional College's campuses. In the Derry campus, their office is based next to the library in the Career Centre. Christine Campbell, the administrative officer, will tell me about some of the support on offer for the students.
My name is Christine Campbell, and I'm the administrator at Learning Link.
Could you tell me a little bit about what Learning Link is?
Certainly. So Learning Link is a great opportunity for students who have any sort of difficulty. So for instance, if you have a literacy difficulty or a medical condition, or a condition that may be long term that implements your learning, then we're here to offer any sort of assistance that we can. So for instance, that could range from a one-on-one study skills session with our study skills coordinator, or perhaps you may need a support worker in class, or it could be from coloured overlays or technology. Anything that we think that would assist you in your learning, we're happy to do that with. So Learning Link, although we're based here in the Power Building, we offer support for students all over the Northwest Regional College. So we have assistance in River Valley. We travel also to Springtown and out to Strand. So just because you're at a different campus doesn't mean that you're not going to receive the support. We stay in touch with all chairs by email. send out individual learning plans. So everything is specific to each individual student, and every tutor is aware of it. So no matter where you are, you'll receive the help.
Can you tell me about some of the specific support that you offer to certain types of students?
Yeah, so for instance, some students who have dyslexia or other learning literacy difficulties, they may require some help through technology. Through that. But they have something as simple as technology on a laptop. For example, the Read Grade is available through all of the computers here at the North West Regional College. So if they're more comfortable working individually in the library, they have access to that. So anything that we do will help students will try and put it in place.
What are some of the difficulties that what are some of the difficulties that you deal with on a day-to-day basis from different people, from different students?
Well, it could range. We look at, for instance, someone could have a medical condition, people who have severe pain, back pain, so we would assist them in something to help with that, whether it be a seat or a back friend, as they're called. We would also ask the tutors to give them breaks. We look at exam provisions also to allow people to take breaks from the exams, extra time, additional time if necessary. People who have chronic pain, people who have literacy difficulties, students with perhaps autism or ADHD, all sorts, all walks of life. Everybody's affected with different things. So it's important not to discriminate who offers what helps with them.
Well, thanks very much for that, Thomas. Now, unfortunately, we are nearing the end of our programme today, but it's not too late to get involved on our iNews Facebook page, our Twitter page, and our Instagram as well. Now, to finish up, we're going to cross back to our reporter, Sarah McKinney. Now, she has been speaking to Shauneen McGee. Shauneen is a fourth-year music student at the college. Now, Derry is, of course, famous for musical artists such as The Undertones and Phil Coulter. So we're now going to find out if Shauneen's got the same ambitions and the support that the college has given to her. Over to you, Sarah.
My name is Shauneen McGee, and I'm studying HND music at NWRC.
So how long have you been studying at North West Regional College?
This is my fourth year here, so my last year, I think.
And why did you decide to study here?
I'd done my first year of A-levels, and I just was kind of forced into doing A-levels because I wasn't wanting to leave school, and then it was like, you know what, I just can't do this, and I just thought I'm just going to go for it, and came here, and it's probably the best move I've ever made, because you feel far more comfortable here than you do at an actual school.
I mean, you're a singer as well. Were you singing before you came here, or did you pick that up whenever you started studying here?
I was singing before I came here, but I started playing guitar more so than what I would have at the house whenever I came here, and now it's kind of it takes a priority over my singing sometimes.
Yeah. So what would you say to any students in secondary school, say they were looking to study music here, what would you say to them?
I would highly recommend it to them, because there's a lot more comfort here, and it's more relaxed than an actual school. If you're not, there's people that just don't get school, they just don't want to be there, and that's the way that I felt. But whenever I came here, it was totally different. I wanted to come to class, I wanted to be in every day, I wanted to stay in after and do extra work and stuff. It kind of encouraged me to work harder to get my grades.
I'm sure you made friends here while you've been studying.
Yeah, I made a career out of my course, because I've met other musicians that I'm able to go out and play with in bars and stuff, that if I would still been at school, I probably wouldn't have met them and would be working an ordinary job.
Thank you very much for that, Sarah. Well, joining me now is documentary producer for the BBC and lecturer at North West Regional College, Freya McClements. How are you today, Freya?
Very well, Stuart, thank you.
Are you enjoying your day so far?
Do you know, we've had a great day, and I think what's been most impressive from my point of view as a lecturer is just to see all of you taking charge here and running this broadcast. And I mean everything from planning, yourself as presenter doing a fantastic job, everybody behind the scenes putting in a lot of hard work to make this broadcast happen. I think it's a great testament to the great work that's going on here, and also bodes really well for the future for all of you.
And what would be your advice to any budding journalists at home that are watching today and thinking about maybe coming down to the open day, obviously in Limavady tomorrow, but we're at Strand Road today? What advice would you give them?
I think first of all, get down here. We're here in Strand Road on the foil building until 8 o'clock. We're in Limavady tomorrow, or indeed call down to the college at any time. We have our NCTJ journalism course, which is the professional qualification. We also have a HNC and a HND in creative media production with a focus on journalism, and that's a pathway that can take you right from school to being professional journalists. And what I love most about this course and teaching on it is simply the practical elements of it. You know, if you're here, I guarantee you won't be sitting in a classroom writing. You'll be out, you'll be interviewing people, you'll be filming, you'll be editing, you'll be making radio programs, TV programs. There will be writing too, but it'll be writing news stories, you know, and it stands you in great stead as journalists.
Of course, you can, as I said just previously, get involved via social media today as well. How big a role do you think social media is playing in journalism at the minute?
Yeah, you have to do social media. You have to be on social media. And as a journalist, as a documentary maker, I use social media all the time to get stories, to interact with interviewees, and also to share what we're doing. And we've been sharing details of the broadcast and the odd photo of yourself as well. I should warn you.
Oh, don't tell me that.
you in action on our social media at my NWRC. You know, it's part of the world these days. But this is again what I say to you and to the other students here. You know, you're the people who are at the cutting edge. You know, you're the people who are the experts in technology, the experts in social media. Make that work for you. Make that work for you as journalists.
Great, thank you very much for your help today, Freya, and thank you for all throughout the year as well. Thank you. Of course I did. Now I'm going to bring in Conor McGurgan, who's the marketing manager for Northwest Regional College. How are you?
Good afternoon, Stuart. How are you?
Yes, not too bad. Thank you very much. How do you think today's going so far?
It's been fabulous, Stuart. We're delighted with the attendance from all of our visitors. Following on from yesterday's events up at our Strand campus, this is the second day of 3. And as you mentioned earlier, now we close tomorrow at our Limavady campus and indeed our Greystone campus. So it's been a whirlwind 3 days, to be honest, so far. So we're delighted with the attendance, but there's more to come. We've just gone past the hour of 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, and we're here until 8 this evening, so hoping for further good attendance later on today.
How important do you think it is to get people coming across the border from Donegal? Obviously, there's a lot of fear with Brexit and that it might interfere with how they might study next year, so that might put, I hope it doesn't, but it might just make people more concerned perhaps. What advice and reassurances could you give them?
I suppose our mantra in the college, Stuart, is there shouldn't be any borders to learning. I mean, access is paramount to education, so we at the college are very, I suppose, strategically minded to encourage all, not just from Southern Ireland, but also our folk here in Northern Ireland, to access by right the opportunities that are here for them. So we encourage all attendance from neighbouring parts, including Donegal. We are aware of the, I suppose, the implications that Brexit may have for the college, but in no way do we want to deter the access to prospective students from that area. We're very proud of the tradition of Donegal students who have chosen us as their first choice destination. We really want that to continue, and we visit our colleagues in the schools in that area to advise them on the options. So we're aware of the pending implications, but as I say, I think each prospective learners should have that access right to the education opportunities to develop their career.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining me. As short as it was, Conor, best of luck with the rest of the day as well.
Very, very quickly, just to say a word of thanks to yourselves, and congratulations to all the guys behind the scenes from our media and journalism section. You do a fantastic job, and we're delighted to have you on board. So well done and thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks very much, Stuart.
Okay. That just about brings us to the end of our broadcast here at the Open Day at Strand Road. Thank you very, very, very much for watching. as Connor just said, there with a lot of people behind the scenes as well, albeit lecturers and supportive staff as well, and of course students. So thank you very much for watching, as I said, and we hope to see you down here at Strand Road and at Limavady tomorrow. Don't forget, applications are now open to come here next year as well. Just visit nwrc.ac.uk, sorry, and you can find out more information there. You can also, as I said, follow them on the Facebook pages, the Instagram pages, and on Twitter as well. So it just leaves me to say thanks and bye.